Hey, I'm Kenesha. I'm here to talk about my favorite shows with queer women. I've got a list of 50 shows that I've ranked. My criteria is simple. It's based on how much I like the show overall and the amount of queer content, including any subtext or potential queerness. Obviously, this is a list of shows that I've seen. If your favorite show didn't make my list, it might be because I haven't seen it. So today I'm revealing shows 21 to 16 to get back on track after the video I did where I only covered 4 shows. And if my voice sounds weirder than normal, it's because I'm trying to fight off a cold. So please bear with me. Number 21 on my list is Brooklyn Nine-Nine. This is a great show. If somehow you don't know what this is a comedy that is like a show about cops. I don't know. But it's very funny. It's well written. The characters are great. The characters are very unique and individual. And it's great to see them have to work together and it's fun to see the personalities work with and against each other. And there's a lot of, wacky stuff. There's some cool recurring characters. So yeah, I remember Doug Judy is one of the best recurring characters from the show. And it's just fun show. And it's great to see how the show handled Rosa Diaz and her journey. It's cool that she got to come out on the show, and I think Rosa's coming out might have coincided with the actresses coming out. I'm not totally sure about that, but I think that's kind of what happened. So that's great. So yeah, Rosa is just a great character. And it's a great performance by Stephanie Beatrice. But yeah, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, it's one of my favorites. Funny show. I don't know. There's not much else to say. It's a great show. It's really funny. And that has a lot to do with why I decided to rank it number 21 on my list. Number 20 on my list is The Legend of Korra. If you've watched my videos before, you probably have seen me mention Avatar: The Last Airbender. I know I've made a few references to that show on my channel, and I've absolutely watched The Legend of Korra, and it's a great show. I love the continuation of the Avatar universe, and Korra is a very interesting character. I gotta say, if it weren't for season 2, I probably would put Legend of Korra higher than 20. But I mean, I love the universe that the show takes place in. It's great to see a future iteration of this world that Avatar: The Last Airbender didn't get to. But Korra season 2 really hurt my enjoyment of the show. She was just really annoying to me in season 2, so that definitely matters for this ranking, and it affected my overall like of the show. Unfortunately, this show came at a time where the creators they just weren't allowed to do a whole lot with Korra and Asami. And then the fact that it's Nickelodeon, which is a studio that targets children, probably had a lot more to do with it. So there's behind the scenes stuff, unfortunately, that hindered the creators, in my opinion. I don't know if the creators did any interviews on this kind of stuff and how they decided to handle Korra and Asami, but I assume the studio had a lot to do with it. So fortunately, there's not a whole lot of their relationship in the show, but there are comics, and you see their relationship in the comics, so at least there's that. But yeah, overall, Legend of Korra was a really good show, and I'm just sad for the creators, like how Legend of Korra was handled by Nickelodeon. I wish, like, I wondered what Legend of Korra could have looked like if the story structure was a lot like Avatar: The Last Airbender, where there's like one main foe that the Avatar has to defeat across the whole series. Legend of Korra, like, she has to fight a whole bunch of different people, and there's always some new big bad that's in town that she has to deal with. So I mean, I wish there was a world where we could have seen Korra have to fight like Amon. I think Amon was the season 1 bad guy, if you don't know. So I wish we could have seen Korra have a similar I don't know, story layout to Avatar, where season 1 could have been stretched out into multiple seasons. And I think it would have been cool to like dive deeper into benders versus the non-benders and what that society is like with there's more technology. Like, I don't know, if you haven't seen The Legend of Korra, you should definitely watch it. And I know I'm talking a whole lot about what happens, but yeah, I just feel bad for the creators that Legend of Korra kind of got handled poorly by the studio. And I wish I could have seen a version of the show where it is structured a lot like Avatar: The Last Airbender. So yeah, that's kind of a bummer. I think Legend of Korra could have been a really, really great show. But unfortunately, it seemed like some things got in the way that was out of the creator's control, so it happens. But Legend of Korra was really good. I very much enjoyed it, and I love seeing Korra and Asami's relationship evolved in the later seasons, and we got to see the relationship in comics. So all that, it's not so bad. We did get to see Korra and Asami in the comics, so it's not like there's no evidence of their, relationship at all. So we got that, and like I said, I enjoyed Legend of Korra, and season 2 did make me bring it down in the rankings. But 20 is not bad. So yeah, I got Legend of Korra 20 on my list. Number 19 on my list is Lucifer. So Lucifer, I want to say that Lucifer aired on Fox in the first, 2 or 3 seasons. And like the whole of course this is a fantasy show, like pretending to be a police procedural, but it's like it's a fun concept for me. I like the idea that the devil is like in Los Angeles and helps the police solve crimes. Is like, that's an absurd premise for a show, but it's a lot of fun. So I really enjoyed Lucifer. I enjoyed the supernatural stuff that happens with Lucifer, and all his powers, and with his brothers and sisters coming to Earth every now and again. That's fun too. I do like that the show delves into Lucifer's past and his let's call it a falling out with his father. So yeah, it's just a fun show. It's absurd that the devil is helping LAPD solve crimes. That's totally cool with me. But yeah, I really enjoyed the show, and it was a very welcome surprise to see that Maze and Eve had a little something going on. So I enjoyed that for season 4. I like their relationship. It was rough how it starts, but overall I enjoyed them together. I enjoyed seeing their relationship change. But yeah, I mean, Maze and Eve, they were really cute together. So, and it's fun to see all these biblical characters be brought into modern day, and it's cool to see them like try to interact with human beings. So it's a very fun watch, very enjoyable, and that has a lot to do with why I decided to put Lucifer at 19, even though there's basically one season of Maze and Eve. But yeah, Lucifer, very fun show, so I have it at 19. Number 18 on my list is an anime called Other Side Picnic. And like I've said before with these rankings, I have read some of the manga, so I'm not going to try and separate my knowledge of the manga from the anime. That's just a decision I decided to make when I try to do these rankings. So I'm just not going to bother trying to separate the two formats. So Other Side Picnic, if you are unaware, is about a college girl. She discovers this alternate dimension and meets another girl there, and they decide to partner up and make these visits to this alternate world and try to collect creatures that inhabit this other side and bring it back to Earth and sell it. So the main girl, who I can't really say her first name, so I'm gonna call her Kamikoshi, and the other girl that she meets on the other side is Toriko. So they partner up and try to make money off of their visits to this other side. But one of the girls, Toriko, she has actually been to this other world many times with someone who is doing research on this other world. That person gets lost, so Toriko and Kamikoshi also have an ulterior motive to find this other person who's gone missing in the other world. So the story is really about these girls making all these visits to the other side and encountering different creatures. What's really interesting to me about how this is all set up and how the story goes is that the other side is based off of ghost stories and urban legends. So it's extremely rare to find like a human being on this other side. It's just weird creatures that you'd hear about in, urban legends. And of course there's this mystery about trying to find this other person that Toriko was working with. But yeah, I love this idea. It's sci-fi. It's right in my wheelhouse of things that I enjoy. And I love it. I don't, there's not much else for me to say, but I love this idea. I love this story. And I love that these two girls are they like each other. And they're not upfront with it, but you can tell that Kamikoshi definitely likes Toriko, and in my opinion, I think Toriko really liked the person who ended up going missing in the other world, and I think that's why she's trying so hard to find this other girl that went missing. But that's my opinion. There's not really anything explicit in the story or in the manga that says anything like that, but that's just my interpretation of the story. I think Toriko really had feelings for this other girl that went missing. But I really enjoyed the show and the manga. It's very creepy. There's a lot of horror elements to it. In the manga, there is also another couple of girls who, it's not explicit that they're like in a relationship or anything, but I definitely believe one of them is into the other in the manga. I don't remember their names. I can just say the mechanic. She's a girl that works in a garage, and then the other girl is like a karate champion. But I definitely feel like the mechanic has feelings for the karate champion. Not explicit, but I think there's plenty of evidence like in the story. So, but yeah, that's just what I think. But yeah, Kamikoshi definitely has feelings for Toriko, and Toriko, I think, definitely has feelings for the other girl that went missing in the other side. So there is some queerness. It's not like upfront, but it's there. So yeah, the story is interesting. The mystery of the missing girl is very, very, very interesting. The reality and like logic of the other side, super interesting. And it's cool to see how the other side and Earth sort of merge at times that are unexpected. But yeah, it's fun for me because of all the sci-fi. But yeah, it's a really enjoyable show. Creepy, a lot of horror stuff, but I mean, I really enjoyed it. So I got Other Side Picnic at 18. Yeah, I'm 18. Number 17 on my list is The Good Place. If you have not seen The Good Place, you need to watch it now. It is a great, great, great show. I don't even know if I can actually explain the premise of the show to you. I mean, it's about this woman, Eleanor. She dies and goes to the afterlife, and the show is about her in the afterlife. So, I mean, that's the best I can do. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to tell you besides it is a great show. I highly recommend you see it if you have not. I love the characters. There's like a main foursome in the show. Eleanor, Chidi, Tahani, and Jason. They're great characters. They are fun together. They have wacky adventures in the afterlife. It's just a ton of fun. It's very funny, and it's fun and it's funny, and I don't know what else to tell you. You should watch it. It's a great show if you haven't seen it. And Eleanor is very open about her attraction to Tahani. That's why the show qualifies for this list. I mean, nothing happens with them, but there's other stuff that goes on. So yeah, I'll just leave it at that. It's not much, but it's something. So yeah, I appreciate that Eleanor is very open with her attraction to men and women. She makes, well, maybe if you haven't seen the show, I guess just watch the show. I was gonna say something about some of the jokes on the show, but you should watch it. If you haven't seen, I don't want to spoil it, so if you haven't seen it, you should go see it. And again, I'll say this 1,000 times, it's a great show. It's a great show. It's a great show. So yeah, the fact that I absolutely love the show, it's wonderful. It has, I love that it has time to have an ending, if that makes sense. There's a bunch of shows that get canceled, but The Good Place got to end on its own terms. It's a story that has a beginning, middle, and end. That doesn't happen a lot. But yeah, the Good Place is a great show, and you should absolutely watch it. And it's cool that Eleanor is very open with her attracting to men and women. So that has a lot to do. Both those things have a lot to do with why I decided to put The Good Place 17 on my list. Number 16 on my list is The Many Sides of Voice Actor Radio. Okay, so this is an anime, and the premise is the premise is that there are these two high school girls who hide their jobs as voice actors. So no one in the school knows. I think maybe the principal of the school is the only person that knows that these two girls have these other jobs. And basically the story is about, it's a drama. The story is really about these two girls who hate each other and are forced to work together because their agencies realize that they go to the same school, and so somebody makes up this idea to make a radio show where they can be voice actresses and pretend or act like they go to the same school. Like, they got jobs as voice actresses because of the fact that they go to the same school, and the gig that they have is them being classmates. It's art imitating life kind of thing. So yeah, that's how it all starts out. And it's really kind of it's a drama about them trying to be professionals while hiding the fact that they are professionals with the school, because if the kids in the school find out, it could be a mess. And yeah, these girls who hate each other just have to work together, do this radio show after school together, and they are professional rivals. Like, they are competing for the same types of jobs, like for anime, for other stuff. I really started to enjoy this show because of the tension between the two main girls, Chika and Yumiko. So like I said before, they start out hating each other, but because they have to do the show, they have like an understanding, a professional understanding of each other, I guess. And we see them like try to get other jobs and like be mainstays in the industry. That's what they're working towards, of course. And I just love their relationship. I love their dynamic. It's just, it's kind of sweet, and it's kind of course, high schoolers like aren't upfront with their feelings all the time. So there's a lot of that happening in the show, which I find interesting. But it feels, I guess, typical of shows set in high school, and it does remind me a lot of something like Glee, where there's just drama around being in high school. But of course, with this anime, there's more to it than just being in high school. They are working and trying to be professionals. So there's a lot of that kind of drama happening in the show. There's just a lot of school drama. And again, like, I just really fell in love with the dynamic between the two main girls. I really enjoyed that, and I think if you have not seen it, you should definitely give it a chance. And I'm not gonna try and sit here and sell you the show, because there's some very interesting things that happen in the show. Yeah, I'm not gonna give it all away, but you should definitely give it a chance. It is very funny, and like the dynamic between them is so interesting. I don't remember seeing a dynamic quite like this. Like, they don't like each other, but they respect each other, and they are trying to best each other and be a better voice actress than the other one. So it's an interesting dynamic, and I think there's definitely a little bit of romantic attraction mixed in with all those other dynamics. So it's very interesting. It's kind of layered, like shockingly well. Like, even as I was saying all that, I didn't think the show managed, like, I'm surprised that the show manages to put all that in and have it like be done so well. But I think it is done really well, and I really enjoyed watching those two girls and their very strange relationship. So yeah, I have the mini sides of Voice Actor Radio, number 16. I guess it is in the title, mini sides, and there are definitely many sides to that relationship. So yeah, I guess it was there from the beginning. But yeah, I have that anime at number 16 on my list. Alright, that's number 21 to 16 of my top 50 favorite shows with queer women. Last thing before I go, let me know in the comments, which of these shows have you seen? And if you were gonna make a list, which show would you rank higher than I did? I'm very curious about your answer. But thanks for watching. See you next time. If you're a queer black woman who has grown up barely seeing any black LGBT women on TV, especially compared to white women, then you've probably thought there aren't a lot of girls like me. Maybe that has made you grow up feeling like you shouldn't be black and queer. Maybe you struggled to fit in with other black people when you were in high school or college. Maybe it's made you not want to speak up about your queerness. Or maybe you never really tried to find characters who look like you on TV. Maybe you just waited and hoped to see them in a show. And now you're an adult and you still think there aren't many queer black women on TV. Well, I've got good news. There are way more TV characters who are queer black women than you think, and I'll help you find them. If you're serious about wanting to see more queer black women on TV, then the next step for you is to watch my video series called The Biggest Problem for All Queer Black Women Watching TV. In it, I'll tell you what the biggest problem is and the easiest, simplest, best solution to find TV characters who are queer black women. Click the link in the description to get access. But warning, this may not be for you, and that's okay. If you don't care about seeing more queer black women on TV, then you don't need this. You can move on with the rest of your day. This is for you if you grew up thinking, since there's no one like me on TV, maybe I shouldn't feel this way. Maybe I shouldn't think that girl is fine. Well, that's not true. I found over 150 TV characters who are queer black women. And that girl that you know is fine. Ain't nothing wrong with you. But seriously, I'll teach you how I found queer black women on TV in my video series. Just click the link in the description.